Guys, Patrick with Patch Tech Review. Today we are talking about three different things. We're going to talk about February 2022 Game Pass games that we'll be releasing. Also, we're going to be talking about February 22 Xbox games for gold. And lastly, I'll give you my thoughts about Xbox and acquiring Activision. And yeah, that's kind of wild. So stick with me. Let's go. All right, you guys, so I will be looking away a little bit to look at my screen. So this comes from Gamer Rant, and this says that there are already 5 games confirmed for February 2022 for Xbox Game Pass that have been confirmed already. And I'm going to scroll down to reveal the 5 games that they believe are going to be releasing for the month of February. There's Dreamscapers, there's Besiege Console Edition, there is Edge of Eternity, and also Total War Warhammer 3, and it says Shredders TBA. Now, very recently, there was a leak that Shredders will be releasing on March the 17th of 2022, so we shouldn't expect that game to actually release in the month of February. And if you guys aren't familiar with Shredders, it is a snowboarding game that we are expecting to be releasing for Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. So first game, Dreamscapers, we can take a quick look at what some of that looks like. Of course, this will be a Game Pass exclusive that we'll release, and we can make that just a little larger. So, I mean, looking at the game, it kind of reminds you of the Medium in a sense, but because it's kind of like in the Dream world. And in the Medium, if you remember, you were able to transfer from one realm to the other realm, but this game doesn't seem to be completely like the Medium, just from first impressions, guys. All right, you guys, that was Dreamscaper. So the next game that we have is actually Besiege. If you like the games where you go around and you build certain types of things, then this game will be for you. All right, so that's Besiege. If you guys aren't familiar with that one, you guys actually take a look at that. And the next game that we'll be releasing is a game called Edge of Eternity. Now, this one looks pretty good, and this one kind of tickles my fancy. I would really want to get into this particular game. Kind of put you in that Final Fantasy type of thought. It's not exactly Final Fantasy, but it puts you in that thought. And the last one that we'll take a look at is Warhammer 3. So this is what the map will look like. Oh, man. And we'll scrub through a little bit of it so we can get through it, so we can see a little bit of the actual gameplay. All right, and there are plenty of videos that are up because the game is actually already out, but it's coming to Game Pass. But there are plenty of gameplay footage that's actually out and up that you guys can actually take a look at for that particular game. The next thing that I wanted to take a look at, and this one is actually games with gold for February 2022. This is set in stone. We know these are the games that are going to be releasing for games with gold. It's always with Game Pass. For each month, we kind of have to piece some of the games together before we actually know what games are coming out, if we want to find out ahead of time. But with games with gold, Xbox does do a good job of letting us know ahead of time what games are going to be releasing and coming out. So February 1st through February 28th. Now you can download these games for free, and you can keep these for a lifetime. Broken Sword 5, and then there's going to be Never Yield, Hydrophobia, and Bugs. Those 2 games are backwards compatible, Hydrophobia and Bugs. This is news.xbox.com, and you guys can actually see what games are going to be releasing. So that's that. This is Never Yield. This is Hydrophobia. Man, this is from 360, man. and then banned of bugs. All right, you guys. So basically, I wanted to show you guys that there are rumors that Shredders is releasing in February for Game Pass, but that is not the case. Shredders will not be releasing in February for Game Pass. That is not going to happen. There was a leak that said that it will be releasing on March the 17th, but I would love it if it did release in February, because I think that a lot of the games that are releasing this particular month for Game Pass are not those. They're not really heavy hitting games. I think Shredders would be one of those games, because it seems like they took more time to create that, and they pushed it back because of fear of it not being ready for the release. All right, you guys. Lastly, I do want to talk about Xbox acquiring Activision, Blizzard, King Games, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Raven. Activision is the umbrella company for a bunch of these other smaller companies, of course, that make a lot of these games. And if you guys, as you guys can see, Overwatch, Diablo, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Candy Crush, StarCraft, man, I don't know how PlayStation is going to be able to recover. Now, I am an Xbox guy, and I love to see competition between the systems and stuff, but I really don't know how this is going to affect PlayStation moving forward. Hopefully they don't pull Call of Duty off of PlayStation consoles, because I mean that's going to make cross-play horrible, but that's just my speculation. I don't think that they will do that. I don't think Phil Spencer has it in him to do it. I pray God he doesn't, because if he does, it never just make the experience suck, just being honest. But yeah, this is a great acquisition. As you guys can see, Microsoft is really trying to bolster Game Pass with the acquisition of Activision and Blizzard, and also the acquisition of Bethesda earlier last year. I mean, they are really trying to sell this Game Pass, a gaming as a service. You're not you buying hard physical copies, but you actually paying a subscription each and every month. They're trying to make that more so worthwhile, almost like Netflix, almost like Amazon Prime. I believe that may be the future of gaming, because as you guys can see, they were starting to release systems like the Xbox Series S and also the PlayStation 5. That is the discless version, where you can just download your games on there, and there's no disc drive. Everything's digital. So if everything's moving to that digital, that digital realm, then quite possibly we'll start to see the elimination of discs, and also the start of more subscription services, mainly Xbox, PlayStation, maybe Nintendo. Nintendo does have a subscription service, but yes, Nintendo. So you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. Also, if you guys want to, please leave a comment for anything that you guys want to see in the next videos. I am starting to do more gaming news. This is my first one I've done in a long time, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You guys can leave pointers down below. I love to hear the feedback. So thank you guys. This has been Patrick with Patch Tech Review. Peace.